I'd like for him to go with, this is a suggestion, he can take it or not, I'd like to see S dot something. The S and then space DOT road or something, avenue, boulevard.
Well, there's not much boulevards in Brooklyn.
Okay, well.
That's why I was like only avenue.
Oh, okay, yeah, that would make sense.
Bed-Stuy, so you'd have to make a street near there, like near Marcus Garvey. Like
Avenue.
Carter Avenue, S Carter Avenue, S Carter Street, or something like that.
What about Jigga Man Ave?
Jigga Man Ave. Hove Boulevard. Hove Way.
Hove Ave.
What's my motherfucking name road?
That'd be epic.
Just don't talk. Just don't talk. Yeah.
Who this?
Those demons inside you. Let them go. Before it's too late.
I'm dying.
No way! I can't believe this!
Oh no, man, come on. Oh no. Don't die on me. God damn it. Don't die. Fuzzy.
Somebody did this.
Emphasis on who's here with us today on Something Spectacular. Of course, the podcast, wherever you get your podcast on any DSP available is where you get the audio version. That's Apple, that's Spotify, Stitcher, SoundCloud, etc., etc. Video version up on YouTube at /whothisis1 on YouTube. More importantly, and again, I cannot emphasize enough, always a pleasure and an honor to have someone from the borough of Brooklyn who will be heavily emphasizing today, of all days. I gotta give proper shout outs to the borough, to the man next to me, proudly represents it, lives it, embodies it, smells like it, feels it, vibes it, sets the mood from it because he's from it. Brenden, double E, emphasizing the excellence. You know, I thought about it the other day, maybe Mama Brenden, when you were born, she was like, you know what, I gotta make this boy unique. That's a given. What was it, 94 you were born, I believe? Or
Yeah, 1994.
1994. Good ass year to hip hop, so why not be born in the year of
Amazing ass year.
a very highly esteemed year in hip hop. So when you were born, or about to be, I guess, I don't know how far along your mom came up with your name in mind before you debuted in the world, but I'm wondering what color the doctor might have been had he been white, let's say. And then when your mom's filling out the birth certificate saying, give him 2 E's for Brenden, emphasizing the excellence and everything too, like God, body, wisdom, all that. Then the doctor has to stop and pause and wonder, wait a second. E-E? Don't you mean E-A, Brenden? It's like, no, doctor. E-E, emphasizing the excellence.
I said what I said.
Exactly.
E, and then another E.
Put it on there. Lay it thick. Double that. Double up the work. The excellency in the work. So then Brenden was born, and now, of course, some odd amount of years later, here he is with the recently released new single from Brenden, of all people, the last of them, the realest of them, the most Brenden of them. He had to have 2 E's. Dead ass. Or dead A, ching ching, bling bling. Dollar signs at the end, Try not to offend a particular part of the community here, Brenden. As you ever so politely emphasized and clarified last time you were here. But hopefully they won't get too triggered because they're not really going to move that fast anyway to make a difference. Stand up for themselves. They can't do that, ching ching.
That's right. That's
but
a
yeah,
good point.
DEADASS is out. It's everywhere you stream your music at. Run those numbers up. Stream that relentlessly, endlessly. Go to sleep to it. Wake up to it. Have it play throughout the night. Wake up the neighbors with it too. Whatever you got to do with it. DEADASS is out there. Dead ass like Tony, by the way.
Everywhere.
Everywhere you
Everywhere.
Everywhere manageable. You stood out online stupidly waiting for your PS5 and Xbox Series X. Meanwhile, hopefully you were streaming DEADASS. Because DEADASS, what's wrong with you if you're waiting outside? They made it clear, online only. No physical copies. Or you can't buy it in the stores anyway, whatever.
Yeah.
But that whole debacle's over. Considering of all places where you're from, Brooklyn. Which, of course, is a big shout out today. We got a whole theme for it today centered around Brooklyn, funny enough. So I'll give Brooklyn its props. I mean, listen, you were born in Brooklyn. You're from Brooklyn. You lived in Brooklyn, born and raised. No shame from it. And you shouldn't be ashamed at all, ever.
At all.
And I'll never shame you for being Brooklyn. I'll never Brooklyn shame you at all. Ever. That's not what I'm here for. You know, I'm from Queens. I know that. But Brooklyn, I got to give it up because they make people like Brenden. And they make people like who we're going to celebrate today, too, as well.
Well, Queens is dope, too. Queens get the money.
Oh, Queens get the money, you know. But then, as Donald Trump, you know, how's he been hiding the taxes? So, of course, he gets the money, too. He's been hiding the money. Allegedly, that's what he says. Or that's what his taxes say, at least.
So glad he's out of here.
Yeah, well, that's the funny thing, too, because at least the time we're recording this, from what I understand now, thanks to, of all people, Lupe Fiasco, his podcast with Royce the 5'9", he clarified that we're letting the networks, TV better yet said, tell us the news as they want to give it because he didn't technically win yet as far as Biden. So he's pretty much accepting his win based off what they're like forecasting.
Okay.
Currently as we speak, by the time this drops,
yeah,
right, projected winner.
Yeah.
And he did his little speech, he accepted. Kamala did as well too. Yeah. And of all people, Lupe, I can see why he triggers so many people because of what he knows. He's not a dumb guy at all. He's really smart.
Not at all.
Well versed, well read, everything too. But he made it point blank clear enough, at least now as we speak, Trump isn't accepting defeat or conceding, whatever the word is, his presidency because he didn't officially lose as of yet. But that's a whole thing in itself too. So it's like Queens is standing firm where it stands, even though I think Queens, most of it won't claim him. Because I think he gets love everywhere outside of, even the state itself. Yeah. Does Brooklyn have love for Trump?
Hell no. Not this one.
Is there any section of Brooklyn that you think would have some sort of, even a itty bit of love?
Yeah, Bensonhurst.
Bensonhurst, yeah. That sounds about right, yeah.
Yeah, Bensonhurst. Actually, yeah. They had a map about in New York City. Staten Island voted for Trump a lot.
Of course.
Yeah, some parts of Brooklyn like Bensonhurst.
Yeah.
And I forgot. And Coney Island. Coney Island, I think. But I'm pretty sure it was the Russian side of Coney Island.
That is hilarious you bring that up because I have this, at this point, not an argument. I think she does it just to pick on me. Mm-hmm. My girlfriend, she's Russian. Mm-hmm. So she's like, simpatico with Trump for whatever reason. Yeah. And I'm trying to still figure it out. I mean, besides the alleged, Russians rigging the vote last time so he could win or whatever and all that. But that would make sense now with the whole Sheepshead Bay. Not Sheepshead Bay. Is it Sheepshead Bay? Or?
I think it is Sheepshead Bay, to be
mostly
honest.
Russian down there, right?
Yeah. But I know it was one of those parts of Brooklyn that was mostly Russian. I think it was really red as far as like voting for Trump or whatever. But I think the other parts of New York City, it was all not voting for Trump.
Not Trump at all.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a little confusing. I mean, the commies or the comrades.
Yeah. I mean, Brooklyn's big.
Oh, it's huge.
Usually when someone like says, "Yo, I'm from Brooklyn, represent," they usually mean Central Brooklyn.
Right.
They don't really mention, Bensonhurst. That's not really like. It's like, we don't really claim that part, so. They're
like their own little world out there, right?
Yeah, it's like, Brooklyn. Then we got, Bensonhurst is over there, It's cool, whatever.
Do you frequent or have you frequented Bensonhurst, excuse me?
Yeah, I visited Bensonhurst before.
How have you felt being out there? What are the vibes like for you?
It just... when you want a honey bun,
mm-hmm.
and instead of them giving you the Little Debbie's, they give you the knockoff version,
mm-hmm.
honey buns, and it just don't taste like the Little Debbie's.
Yeah.
Shout out to Little Debbie.
Shout out to Little Debbie.
I love you, baby. You make good pastries.
Nice buns.
Nice buns.
Nice sweet buns.
Nice sweet buns.
Moist inside already. I didn't even stick it in yet.
So that's how it feels being in Bensonhurst. It's not a Little Debbie's honey bun. It's the other guy.
Okay, yeah, whatever brand they got a hold of. They're trying to force on you. Here, pal, take that.
Yeah, it's like Get
out of here.
That's how it feels.
What part of Brooklyn was Bernie Brooklyn? Bernie. Bernie born in.
Bernie,
I forget right now, but
was it Coney Island?
wouldn't that be too thorough for him? Coney Island?
Hold on, guys. Let me
You're gonna
look that
fact
up.
check Bernie.
We're gonna fact check. Bernie Sanders.
Brendan, this is Bernie Sanders. I forgot where I was born. You know, I'm kind of geriatric at this point, way beyond Medicare. Please do me a favor and remind me. Remind the people out there where in Brooklyn I was born.
You actually do a great Bernie Sanders impression.
What are you talking about? This is Bernie. I'm disembodied right now. He possessed me and he's taking over.
Where's this nigga from? Okay,
Do the knowledge
he's a
on Bernie.
Polish Jew. It's not saying where.
I know I read up on him. He was definitely born and raised up until a certain age. I think college-ish of sorts in Brooklyn. I forget where exactly though.
Definitely.
But he claims he's never ashamed of it too, and like he's been back, like not now, obviously, not recently, but you know, is Bernie good in Brooklyn? Comes
Yeah.
through.
Oh yeah, he's good in Brooklyn, especially you know, him as a politician and like what he fights for. Yeah, he's good.
Okay.
He gets 2 plates at the cookout. You feel me?
When they eat and when to take home.
You already know.
Nice. Good
I
for
don't
Bernie.
know. I don't know where.
That's all right. We can always fact check afterwards. Bernie's from Brooklyn. He was born at least and raised at a certain point. Most
Yeah,
of his,
yeah.
well, not most of his life because he's old as fuck right now. But you know, shout out to Bernie. But you know, he should have won it. I would have voted Bernie.
I wanted Bernie, to be honest.
I wanted Bernie. Well, now they're saying that Biden might pick him to be, I think, the head of finance or something, or labor or something like that.
Oh, really?
Once he puts his committee together. So
I hope so.
that'd be great.
I hope so.
Give me a Bernie speech like every couple of weeks. I'm good.
That's right.
Something like that.
That's right.
It's
Something
about
like
the
that.
people out there. We
So
need
about-
to support the laborers. We need to fund the unions. Make sure they got the stacks on them. We need to fund America again. Get them the bands.
How old is this guy?
Oh, shit. He might be
He's born
80-ish.
1941.
51, 61, 71, 81, 91, 2001, 2011, 2021. Oh, he's going to be 80.
Oh, damn.
Shit. That's all right. Age is nothing but a number. Leah said that.
That's right.
And Bernie lives that.
That's
He
right.
still got the energy.
That's right.
But going back to Brooklyn, well, we never really steered too far from Brooklyn. We're keeping it in Brooklyn this whole episode because, as alleged, I've been told that I've been a hater of Brooklyn. I'm not going to lie. Listen, I feel a certain way.
Who told you that?
Well, you know, listen, there's been people, you know, whispering. Not even whispering. They've been, like, getting at me like, oh, why do you hate Brooklyn so much? Or why do you say this? Why do you say that? I don't shy from it.
You've been hearing it from the grapevine? People been talking
Yeah,
about you?
you know, they make their way through. They like to just, you know, throw it out there and paint me as the bad guy of sorts. But listen, it just, you know, from living in Brooklyn and being in Brooklyn your whole life, even now, as big a name as you are, as a household name as you are, Brenden, has Brooklyn changed over time? Let's say more specifically, for example, Williamsburg. From when you grew up till now, obviously has it changed?
Yeah.
Like far left to far right, let's say?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's changed. I mean, yeah, it has changed. A lot of Brooklyn has changed, but like where I'm from, Central Brooklyn, like Flatbush and parts of Canarsie and Brownsville and some parts of half of Bed-Stuy, it's still the same, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, a lot of parts has changed. Williamsburg has changed. Parts of Bushwick has changed.
Bushwick, yeah.
Red Hook has changed. So yeah, definitely it has changed. Yeah, I admit it. It does.
But is it more that, like, obviously gentrification's the culprit, but
Yeah.
is it more like, let's say, you kind of take 2 steps into all the regions you named, but like at the heart of it, still Brooklyn-ish?
Yeah, that's what I would say. Like
Like they prettied up the outside?
yeah. So that's why it's like Central Brooklyn is like where like I'm from Brooklyn. Like that's where that is. That's where the pride comes from. Central Brooklyn. The outer parts of Brooklyn is not necessarily like That's not where the pride comes in. Unless you're talking about like Williamsburg and like pushing up towards Bushwick, which is pretty much Brooklyn too. But yeah, I feel like they gentrified mostly the outer rim of Brooklyn, and now they want to start getting into the central parts of Brooklyn. So
Do you think you'll see that in this lifetime?
possibly. But I have no doubt that my neighborhood will be the last place that they gentrify.
They're gonna fight tooth and nail.
Yeah, Brownsville is probably the last place they'll gentrify.
So it's like, let's say you take a skirt. It's like you kind of hem the edges per se, but then you leave the rest of the skirt wrinkled.
Yeah, basically. Something like that.
It's all a front. I don't like it. I mean, look what they did to Queensbridge. You got people.
It's a travesty.
It's upset.
It's upsetting. I can't take it anymore.
It's like Alex Jones vibes up in here now. Aliens.
Shit. I hate this.
Because, I mean, listen, a good example of that, besides Williamsburg, the one that stands out most, let's say on the Queens side, I forget how long it's been now since that they've had white people, like, just during the morning jogs in Queensbridge, of all places. Like, in and out, easily.
Nah, Queensbridge is Queen. That part of Queens is funny because, like, one block is mad ghetto, the second block is Jewish people, and then the third block, mad niggas in there, and then the fourth block, more Jews. Like, it's just so weird, bro. Like, one block is the projects, the next block is a penthouse. Like, I don't get it. Like, it's dope. I love it, but I don't get it at the same time. It's definitely different.
It throws you off.
Yeah, it's unique. I would say it's unique.
I mean, I remember growing up, like, I just stayed away from Queensbridge as best I can. Like
Queensbridge, like Ravenswood and stuff like that.
Store your houses right around there.
Yeah.
I mean, now, yeah, LIC, obviously, where it used to be more warehouse, industrial looking like, it is slowly but surely being, you know, painted really pretty look.
Yeah.
And the buildings and condominiums going up there with studios like $2,500 a month, something like that.
Yeah.
But then meanwhile, you're looking dead into the center of the heart of Queensbridge still. And that's your view.
It's still very much Illmatic.
Yeah, time is Illmatic. Which I think we brought that up last time. That was a good doc. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was a well put together piece. What was it, like 2014, 2013, I think it came out, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was really good. But shout out to Nas. That's
for the 20 years.
Yeah, for the 20 years. Which
it came out on the year I was born, 1994.
Exactly, April 19th. Yep. Which, before we delve into Brooklyn and give shout outs to who we need to properly justify as acknowledging as, I'd say, like the face of Brooklyn at this point. Why not?
Basically.
Beyond hip hop, beyond music. Nas, actually, I don't know how you feel about this. If, let's say, this was your case scenario. I think it was last year 2019, for the 25th anniversary of Illmatic. Nas had pretty much said in a nutshell, we need to let go of Illmatic because he'll never make anything like that again, and he's tired of people bigging it up. Like, he's at a whole, like, discography that nobody likes to acknowledge like that. Everybody's stuck on Illmatic, so just leave that alone, basically. Like, kind of annoyed by it.
That's what he said?
Yeah, not in those words, but in that sense. Like, it's an article, he wrote that in response to pretty much saying,
Nas
like,
wrote.
Yeah, okay. Annoyed by us allotting so much to Illmatic.
Well, I mean, that's like Jesus saying, yo, I made these other books. Why you keep talking about the Bible? Like, have these other books out there, like, that no one even knows about, but you just keep on talking about the Bible. That's literally what he's saying.
Pretty much.
It's literally.
Which I don't get because, yeah, we go back and herald Illmatic so much because
it's the hip hop Bible.
Exactly.
It's a hip hop.
You can't be ahead without not knowing
text.
that album.
Yeah, you exactly. You just said it right there. Like, you can't be a hip hop head without at least listening to that album. And if you don't enjoy the album, then I wouldn't call you a hip hop head. I'm sorry. It's just you're not. It's not. That's not what it is.
I mean, I get nowadays, too, if you're of a certain age or beneath it, maybe it's not for you. You won't get it.
Nah, but if you still call yourself a hip-hop head, you got to.
Or if
that's
you want
like
to be taken
acknowledging.
seriously.
Yeah, that's like acknowledging art. That's like you're saying. That's like saying you like going to the museums. You like going to museums, but you like that's like saying you love going to the museums, but if someone hands you a ticket to the Louvre, you wouldn't go.
Right.
Because like, that's too old.
That's old.
But you're a fan of art and museums, and that makes no sense. That means that you're a fake lover. It's fake.
Yeah.
We don't know fake lovers out here. Like Stevie said it first. Stevie said it best. Part-time lovers. Feel me? We don't want no part-time lovers over here. All right.
No, we're good with that.
So if you're not a hip hop head, that's it. Like you're not gonna understand where we going from this point on in this episode.
You can't be validated unless you
just can't
embrace Illmatic.
You just can't.
I'd say so.
You just can't. So like if I say first things first, how do you finish that sentence?
Oh God, you got me right there.
First things first.
Papas.
Yes.
The honeys.
Yes.
Gummies, Playboy bunnies.
Yes.
It took me a minute. Sorry.
Yeah, no, but you got it.
Yeah.
You got it. Because if I hear one of you bitches, one of you niggas and one of you bitches, and if I say first things first and you say I'm the... If I say first things first, and you quote that Iggy verse, we gonna have some problems, big fella.
Oh God, I didn't know there was an Iggy version of it.
We gonna have some problems, big fella. That's all I'm saying.
It's good you tell him. It's good you told me Iggy had a verse or a take of that, starting bar.
Yeah, so she has this thing because it says first things first, I'm the realest.
Ah, come on, that's too easy.
Yeah.
You're already the realist. You can't do that.
One of you bitches gonna tell me that? We not acknowledging you.
Yeah, please don't.
That's it.
You get none of these.
None of it.
We hold that for Brenden.
None of it.
We hold that for Big R.I.P. All thems.
All thems.
All thems. Over there. Just like all them's ass that Iggy be holding. Low-key, I'm a fan. Looks-wise, yes, absolutely. All day, every day, too. I'll get lost in the vortex staring into that ass. As big and round and beautiful as it is. And since that kid, too, it's only helped. She whipped right back into shape. So definitely all the praise.
Whip.
Yup.
Transform back. That's hilarious.
Mega Assatron.
One ass to rule them all. Lord of the ass.
Assepticons.
Oh, man. I wonder if they all got the same doctor, though.
You would think, you know what? That's funny, too. Tits, at this point, I think have been well crafted and mastered. Like, a good enough surgeon can, like, kind of sculpt them to look how they need to.
I feel like when it comes to, like, ass, like, I feel like there's a
Still-
monopoly of, like, a few doctors that really do it.
Yeah. I know that Dr. Miami, or whatever his name is.
I did hear about him. He does all of the,
He's the go-to guy.
He's the, oh, okay.
He's the main guy. He's the guy.
Got you.
For everything, too. So he's, like, the one probably that headed up the perfect sculpt in the ass at this point. So they're probably mirroring his techniques.
Got you.
I would think.
Got you.
But ass is still tricky.
Yeah.
Because listen, I mean, shout outs to the LGBTQ community plus and all them, all respect for them, how they have lived their lifestyles. But the ones that transition to whichever gender they choose, now, let's say at least Betty had said male to female, nowadays they do such a good job, you're easily fooled at this point.
Yeah, they do.
At a quick glance, like, because they even do the Adam's apple thing, which they've been doing for years now.
Yeah, they shave it down or something like that,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Whoever figured that out is a genius. Shout outs to doctors in that sense, figuring things out. I mean, for the bigger bag, of course, but figuring things out like that and just like resculpting the face, shaving down here and there, it's a lot of trickery, but it's good on them. They get to live out how they want to live out. But you got to be careful though, because listen, I grew up, to keep in Queens briefly, just hopping here and there in Queens because my dad never believed in rent, so we'd have to go from here, there, like all kind of outskirts of Queens.
Okay.
So I remember from Roosevelt Avenue, I was always told, and I had to learn firsthand, never go there past 11 because all the chicas would be there.
Gotcha.
But quote unquote chicas, you know,
Yeah.
the ones that had the ass shots or patting the ass and, you know, man by day, woman by night.
Oh.
Yeah, so stay away from there pretty much.
Oh, wait,
but
where was that?
Roosevelt Avenue. So like,
Oh, that was where a lot of transgenders were? Oh, wow. Okay.
well, not even transgender. They were just, I guess, you know, no offense to nobody, don't get triggered. The trannies back when they would just dress up as.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So they were more like hookers and drag.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
But they would, and some of them would commit to actually having the transition done.
Okay.
But I'm talking about like 90s, 2000s,
Oh,
such. It was a bad job.
It was a bad, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you could easily tell who they were because they'd all go to the same Dunkin' Donuts by 74th and Roosevelt
Okay.
and stay there drunk and just waiting to see whoever's a man to just like talk to.
Whoever gets drunk.
Yeah, pretty much talk to, try to like, you know, weasel their way into their wallets kind of thing.
Gotcha.
So it's funny style, but I'm saying they've advanced so much in that field. So I would think ass and tits would be the primary thing.
Yeah.
But now they're talking about, you know Thalia, right? The Mexican singer?
Yeah.
Yeah, she had like, I think back in the mid-90s, early 90s, she had like ribs removed
She did?
to like shrink her waist.
She did?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like she never admitted to it, but there was a doctor that did say, yeah, I had to remove like 2 of her ribs. So like,
Thalia, right?
yeah.
Huh. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think, is she still married to Tommy Mottola? I think. Maybe. I know she was married to him for a long time. They might still be married. I don't know, to be honest.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, that's when he was, no. That might have been when he just divorced Mariah Carey. He was single for however long, you know, stay single
Please don't
for.
say her name.
What? Mariah Carey?
Yeah, because we're about that time of year.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
We're weeks removed from.
Annoying.
Every day.
Annoying.
Every station, every day.
Every
hour.
single goddamn day.
Here at the top of the hour, celebrating the hits for Christmas, here's Mariah Carey from 1992 or 93, whatever.
My God. Like,
It's really horrible.
terrible.
It's still a good song, though, but they play the fuck out of it so much and to death.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's like they never heard of any other song done by any other person for Christmas.
That's what I'm saying. Like, hello, Luther Vandross had a great Christmas album. Hello. Like, what is that?
And then did you see the remake of the video she did last year, I think?
Hell no.
Well, good thing you missed it. I watched it out of curiosity because there's this thing. I don't know if Mariah Carey we got now is the same one we've had from however long she's been around.
Nah, she's a clone.
It's
It's a
a clone.
reptilian.
Because because look at some point, remember she like kind of fell off until she did what was that song from 2005, the one that was
Talking about
everywhere.
the Eminem one?
No,
Why you
no.
so obsessed with me?
No, I think before that or maybe after that, the when you left I lost a part of me.
Oh,
We Belong Together, there we go. Yeah, where that was everywhere.
Yeah.
And before that time she had like kind of taken a knee, she disappeared pretty much.
Yeah.
From that video on, no, actually, she did move in that video. From every video afterwards till now, this woman cannot move from one spot and calls that dancing. She won't take a step forward, left, right, backwards, nothing. She'll just like sashay her hips, move her hands up, or just like kind of run her fingers through her
It's
hair.
a different human. We have a clone.
She can't move.
We have a clone.
She's an android or something.
It's
But then again, she did get fat after she made a big comeback. Then she disappeared again, came back with like lost some pounds.
then she lost some pounds and then she was like thick.
Yeah, just thick.
I don't know.
But then, even that's advanced too now because they're talking about like, I think we're in the very early stages of like cloaking and like, what's that thing called? I think the thing they did in like Avengers Endgame, time travel kind of ish realm.
Quantum space? Like
I think they're kind of
reality?
tapping into it, yeah.
Oh.
So, android cyborgs can't be far behind.
I want a clone.
2 Brendens would be too much, I think.
I want a clone.
I don't think Brooklyn can handle 2.
Nah, I want a clone
Yeah.
to be born and raised and groomed until I die.
Oh, okay. So
Or
it's like
get
you never
old.
died.
Yeah,
You just pass yourself on to yourself.
basically.
Brenden 1. Brenden 1.0 meets Brenden 1.2.
Yeah, just and we could just call him a different name.
Does he get the EA Brenden, or does he keep 2 E's in the Brenden?
He's probably named Larry.
Larry. It's a live-ass Larry. Larry's going to get stopped and frisked every time. When they do, they're going to be like, Larry. Brownsville.
Larry?
All right, pal, give me your real ID. Cough it up. We're trying to lock somebody up, not named Larry.
Oh, man.
But yeah, Mariah Carey's got a body double. I think I'm convinced at this point. That woman cannot move in the videos anymore and considers dancing, just like.
Or maybe she's always had a body double.
Well, you know what? I mean, I try to think back to the good old
now
days.
They can't find one of her weight class that can be a stunt double. Like her body type now, they can't, No offense, I'm just saying. Like they couldn't find a stunt double that looks like her, so maybe, I don't know.
I mean, maybe Nick Cannon knows too much. That's why he never talks about her, good or bad.
Because back then they had doubles.
Yeah.
A lot of the people back then had like dance doubles and stuff like that. Like, yeah. Like, if a nigga try to tell me I'm going to need you to do some Michael Jackson moves while you rap, you better give me a stunt double.
I mean, you know about that stunt man.
It's,
Rugged Raw Summer.
Rugged Raw.
Check that out, by the way. Stream that, please, everywhere you can. Rugged Raw Summer, Brenden, the EP. But, yeah, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, well, allegedly, rest in peace to him, the Ultimate Warrior. He had a body double back when. That's what they were saying.
Oh, yes, I did hear that.
Because I forget, the first one, allegedly, was really cut up and buff, how we remember him. Like a living action figure.
Yeah.
And then the second one came back and had like the singlet on because he wasn't as cut.
Yeah.
And like, I think the second one went and got a tattoo.
I remember reading about that because it's not my time, but I remember reading about that.
Oh yeah, you weren't even born yet, right? When he was popping.
Yeah.
Steroids allegedly, but
allegedly.
Yeah, there was that case too. Who knows? Body doubles, they might be amongst us now. Who knows? iRobot might not have been too far off. Who knows? How'd you feel about that one, iRobot?
I liked it. It was cool.
Yeah.
It didn't age well, but it was cool.
It didn't actually.
It was cool when it came out.
I liked it. But that kind of became the precursor, I think, to I Am Legend, which I didn't love so much.
I liked it better than iRobot.
I'll go with that, yeah. It was better. I think the ending was what threw me off, right? Because he kind of, what was it, spoiler, whatever, if you didn't watch it by any chance.
Yeah, whatever.
It's like 20 years now.
Yeah,
but
just go watch it.
But what, he threw himself into the zombie room or something like that? Or no, was it the dog died first? He had to kill the dog, I think, right?
Yeah, his blood or someone's blood was the cure.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been his blood was the cure. And I think he allowed the girl that he met to go away with the cure because the zombies had came for them. So he kind of blew himself up and the zombies to give the girl a chance to escape and deliver the cure to like the government or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Something like that.
Something along those lines.
Yeah.
I just know the ending threw me off, so I was like, I haven't gone back to see it yet.
Yeah.
So I'm not a big fan of that one.
Yeah.
And iRobot at some point was on FX like every day almost.
Bro.
Nonstop.
Now Wolf of Wall Street is on TV every other day, which I'm not complaining, but
It's too long and that you can't do that movie justice without the cursing.
no. Oh no, so it's not FX. It's another channel that doesn't edit the curses out or the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what channel it is. It's weird, but they show that like every other day
Oh, okay. With commercials and stuff, or just like as is?
with commercials, but they don't cut any scenes.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't cut the curses or anything.
Oh, okay.
So it's even longer. It's like a 4-hour movie because with the commercials,
Right.
they're not editing scenes.
Okay. All right. I'll have to check that out to see. Well, that's good. There's a channel like that at least.
Yeah.
If it's not HBO, fucking. All right. So now getting to the main course here, the entree, the meat per se. We chewed our way down to the bone. We're full right now. Stomachs is popping out here right now. We're well consumed, but right now, ready to cap it off of what we've been waiting for. What we've been waiting for is right now to give a very worthy round of applause to who else but the Jigga Man, Jay HOV, the God MC. Probably your favorite rapper, even if he ain't the best MC, he ain't the best lyricist per se. I say the overall package. If you have to paint, if you have to allude to who is the rapper of all rappers, you gotta give it up to Jay-Z. Sean Carter. This one's to celebrate his 51st birthday, December 4th, 2020. Why not? He deserves it. Like I alluded to earlier, I think it's safe to say he's like the face of Brooklyn at this point.
He's the face of Brooklyn and the face of rap.
Yeah, and face of rap.
Yeah, like you just said, like, forget who your favorite rapper is.
Yeah.
Their favorite rapper is Jay-Z.
They're studying
And if
Jay.
it's not, they're lying.
Yeah. They're studying his every movement, what he does, what he's done in the past.
You know how many people want to be like him and try, even in their career, to try to make moves like him?
Yeah.
They just can't.
No.
Not everybody's built like that.
No, not at all. And it takes a big man to be able to walk in the shoes of such as Sean Carter.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully they're not S-dots because those were ugly.
Yeah.
I did not enjoy them. But if you remember those, I mean. But do you remember those?
The what?
The S-dot Carters?
Yes.
His Reebok?
I don't remember it, but I've seen them.
Yeah, they're not.
Yeah, they're no, it's not.
Sorry, Jay. That's one of many failures, of course, along the roads to success.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure Dre had some bad investments before he hit
course.
$1 billion with Beats.
Of course.
But, you know,
Everybody.
it's okay. I mean, he had Rockaware.
Yeah.
I remember, I
That
want to
gave
say.
him the most money out of his it gave him most of his stakes. Like,
Exactly.
You know, money.
Because I remember Rockaware, at least, I don't know how young you were, but for me in 7th grade or 8th grade, I was in summer school. I know that was a summer that the Rockaware white tees were like the thing to have.
Okay.
And they were like at least $60, $70
Oh wow.
per shirt.
Wow.
This was before, this might be more your time. This was before the overgrown white tees were like the thing.
Okay.
Like the 4XL, 5XL tees.
Okay.
That fit like nightgowns almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I remember that was a big thing because this one kid wanted to fight this other kid, all because the other kid that started the fight had pissed the other kid off by saying, "That's a knockoff Rockaware shirt. That's not real. I saw that at Dr. Jayz. They make that one brand that looks just like the Rockaware R or whatever." It's like, "No, it's not, motherfucker. It's real. I paid $70 for it." And then I wanted to fight that guy. It's like, $70 for a white tee? What's the matter with you? In 7th grade, we're like barely over 10 years old. You know, our balls ain't dropped yet and like voices ain't deepened yet. Well, mine was already. I was like at 11 already. I was sounding like this, unfortunately. But that was embarrassing. But it was a good look for Jay. I mean, obviously Dame too. He profited.
That's funny. Yeah, I paid $70 for this.
I always hated that, like, per se.
I always hated that flex.
Yeah, it was
like why flex that you spent $500 for a t-shirt? Like, my nigga, you're stupid. Like, why flex about that? Like, I understand, like, if you're Bill Gates or whatever, but even then, like, them niggas don't flex about that. Like,
no.
Stop flexing about overpriced products. If you're gonna flex, you flex about deals, discounts.
That's what Jay would
What's
do.
wrong with you?
That's what Jay would tell you.
I hate you guys.
Exactly. And that's absolutely true. Because, yeah, why would you brag about paying full price for a brand name?
I don't understand.
I'd be happy for getting something like for cheaper, at least like 10,
Yo,
15%
I
off.
got this brand name off. I hustle some nigga from $70 to $50. That's how I got my shirt.
Exactly.
That's a flex.
That's a flex. That's a worthy flex.
Like, yo, I ripped the tag off on purpose without him seeing. And I said, yo, the tag is not there. So you're going to have to give me some money off. So instead of $70, I pay $50. Now that's a flex, baby.
That's absolutely a flex. That's a savvy flex. That's a financial flex. Which a lot of you dummies out there that like to do that kind of stuff, unnecessary flexing, might as well pay full price for the app on your phone, stash whatever you got there to teach you how to buy into stocks.
Niggas flex about overpaying for t-shirts and clothes, but their boxes is still holding. Where they do that at? Your box is looking at you like, yo, what about me?
Am I supposed to hold your balls in, or am I supposed to substitute Swiss cheese? Got so many holes in me.
Boxes are like,
Boxes
are like, yo, G, what about me? I'm over here feeling the breeze every time you take a step, and you over here flexing about paying $1,000 for the PS5 when that shit is $500.
That I don't understand.
What
at all.
about me, bro? What about me? You don't see me every time you wash me? You don't.
You don't feel me?
See, you don't feel me. You don't feel that I'm not complete. Stop this. Stop this madness.
Balls matter too, you know. It's okay. We gotta procreate at some point, and the guys are going commando willingly. I hope not. That's kind of nasty. You know, your genitals are touching your bare threads like that, or your jeans. That'd be difficult. You wear like nothing on top, nothing to protect your jeans from your genitals.
Nigga got lint. Nigga got lint.
A linty turtleneck.
Lint testes.
They're all staticky. They always clean to his fabric. Or he shocks himself when he sits down.
Come on, bro. Y'all gotta do better.
And speaking of fabric and garment style, were you old enough to remember when Jay, around the time of the Black Album, said everybody get rid of the throwback jerseys? You got to wear your button-ups and your jeans.
Yeah.
And your uptowns, preferably.
That's when he started transitioning into like, I'm Sean Carter. You know? I do.
Did you take in that? Were you too young to even do that?
I was too young.
Oh, okay.
I just kept wearing what my parents bought me. So yeah.
But it was a good call though, because the throwbacks were like really getting out of hand. Because at some point, I'm sure they started inventing teams I never heard of, like just to make a throwback of it.
Yeah, and now people were selling it in Times Square along with like the paintings, the drawing, and they could like design your own vintage jersey. Yeah. Nowadays it's a flex now because it's like it's vintage, and like if you wear that, it's like, oh wow, that's dope. But back then it was like, it was getting old.
Yeah, way too many. And then you had to get the fitted that matched it.
Fitted to match it, the socks to match it, the Jayz to match it, and you gotta have the latest Jayz that came out. So if you didn't get the latest Jayz that came out this month, you wearing the ones that was 2 months old. Nah, it wasn't it. It's a hard time. It was a hard time, bro.
Couldn't go outside.
Yeah, it was a hard time. That's when my mother just bought me Air Force Ones and Timbs, because it was just, that's all I really wore. Air Force Ones and Timbs.
So were those your go-to because of that mostly?
That's my go-to because like we didn't have enough money for my mother to buy me the latest Jayz every freaking 2 months. So she was like, nah, let me just buy you some things that's always classic that nobody, people looked at you on the feet. It's classic. Like what you gonna say about my Timbs? Like ain't nothing you could say. I got double sole. They real constructions. What you got to say about them? There's nothing that you could say.
I mean, you could taste the Timbs if you really want to talk like that.
Exactly. You could taste them.
Yeah.
You could taste the bottom of it.
Mm-hmm.
Feel me? Show you how it tastes.
Lick the crease.
But lick it real good.
Just the tip, though. Pause. But yeah.
Just the heel.
Yeah, just the heel. But, and then that brings me back to when, what was it, Blueprint 3 dropped, I think, and he had that one with Drake. I forget the name of the track. Well, the guy you don't like, Drake. You don't ever bring his name up. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. I apologize. I'm sorry about that. Please forgive me. Just don't mug me after this, please. I apologize. I'm really sorry about that. I know you take it to heart. Like, don't bring that guy up. He's a fraud.
He's a fraud.
He's a fraud.
It's a travesty.
Aliens. It's a body double.
It's a travesty. He's a reptilian. Oh, that reminds me of Kramer.
Which one?
Just the way he just.
Oh yeah. Jerry.
It's a travesty. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't take any illegal substances. This is just me.
That's just the Brooklyn in them. It's the DNA.
Nah, yeah, Blueprint 3 was cool.
It was better than Blueprint 2, the first one that came out. Because remember, there was a double disc.
Blueprint 2 was Bonnie and Clyde, right?
I want to say so. Yeah.
I think it was.
Because that was a double disc one.
Yeah, I think it was Life and Time, was it? Bonnie and Clyde?
No.
No, it's not Life and Time. I'm sorry.
No, Bonnie and Clyde was Volume 2. I mean, Blueprint 2. Sorry, excuse me.
Okay, Blueprint 2.
Yeah, that's the one that had that funny...
Blueprint 2, but he always added something else. I think, A Gift and a Curse.
Right.
Blueprint 2, A Gift and a Curse.
But I think...
Right?
Because there was a 2.1. Yeah, okay. And then remember there was a 2.1. That was just a single disc.
Yes, I do remember that.
Which I guess you realized the backlash you got from the first one and just like, skim the fat.
Yeah.
I mean, because, listen, I love Pharrell behind the boards. As far as stay away from rapping, stay away from singing. I'm not a big fan of his. He has some good shit. But I don't need a track I don't need a track with Diddy, Pharrell, and Lenny Kravitz all show me your soul and whatever with Jay-Z on top of that.
I agree.
That was unnecessary.
I agree. The only producer that I would love to have on a track that from a beat he made is just Ye. Like that's it. Like if Pharrell gave me a beat, like like I love Pharrell. Like he's a GOAT. But if you made me, we work on production. I just want some production.
Solely production.
If I need a feature, I'll go to somebody else or whatever. If I need a singer, I'll I'll go to somebody else or whatever. But yeah.
We got nothing taken away from Pharrell. Again, I'm
nothing
a fan,
at all. It's just a preference.
But I'm not a fan of him on the mic.
Yeah.
Not at all. Please stay away. Or just stay in that booth over there behind the board and then talk to yourself if you have to into a mic to feel better. But just don't record it. Don't lay it on the track.
You gotta have the intro.
The intro's fine. I mean, he can do the whoa. He think he does.
Everybody get up. Everybody get up.
But yeah, Blueprint 3 was okay. Better than 2. I'll definitely give it that.
Yeah, it was cool. We had some dope songs, and then when I think it was Suit and Tie.
Right, Suit and Tie was cool.
You got
I like the one with Cuddy on it.
that was pretty dope.
And the one with Cole.
Yeah.
Even though Cole was kind of like
A Star Is Born.
Yeah.
Bro, that's what made me a fan of J. Cole, that verse.
Really?
That verse was fire, bro. Like, I wasn't even, like, a fan of Cole, like, until that verse. Like, nah, it was just fire. It was an amazing verse. Like, it was awesome. Yeah.
How much stuff did Cole have out before that?
I think he had...
Was it just the mixtapes?
He had one, the mixtapes, and if I'm wrong... I may be wrong. No, he didn't have his album yet.
Oh, yeah, that was after. Yeah, you're right.
I don't think he had his album yet. I think it was just his mixtapes.
Yeah.
But it was fire, bro.
Yeah, it was a good setup for him, too, which the album, the debut album at least, I want to say I liked it, but I'd be lying if I did.
His J. Cole's?
Yeah, the debut one.
Well, yeah, he's had way better works than that. Yeah.
But I think that's the one they try to force on us. Yeah.
Even he would admit it. Yeah.
That's the one they try to force on us, kind of like the clean cut, kind of radio friendly one.
Yeah.
Not the mixtape one. Far from it.
Yeah.
Far from the mixtape ones we got.
Yeah. Which
is really good. But listen, I forget that people might have overlooked this, or maybe they're that big a Jay-Z fan, or Jay-Z has him shook like that they want to forget. But there was a story of course, who doesn't remember the infamous beef, him and Nas, at the time, but Stillmatic dropping, and then Blueprint 1, of course. Well, I guess Blueprint 1 was a warning shot, set things off, and then Ether came out afterwards. So what people don't remember, apparently, is Super Ugly, the response to Ether, which was done like a day or two after, I think. That dropped, was what Jay-Z said in response. But then the day after, on Hot 97, right, a day or two after, so it might have been that quick, he was forced to apologize for that track because his mother said so, because of what he said on it. Because I think that's the one that had the line like, I left condoms in your baby seat, whatever, in the back of your Jeep or whatever, alluding to him and His old baby mom was Carmen Bryan, I
Khalees.
think. No. This is way before Khalees.
Oh, okay.
The mother of his daughter, Destiny.
Oh, okay. The
Yeah.
mother of Nas's daughter.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The firstborn, right.
Oh, wow.
So he was forced to apologize because his mom said so, pretty much.
Wow.
To go back on her and say, yeah, I'm sorry about that.
That's pretty honorable.
Yeah.
Pretty honorable.
Do you think that's a L he took, or is that, like you just said now, honorable for him to do?
Well, it is, but he still lost the beef. I mean, even as a hardcore Jay-Z fan.
Now,
that I am.
beef referring to just the music, just the tracks drop, or overall, did
Yeah,
he lose
lost
the beef?
Yeah.
Because there's the crowd that I kind of jumped on ship with after the fact that would say he is currently still winning the beef. Jay, I mean. Because he went on to be head of Def Jam. He did oversee Nas's project with Def Jam, I think one or two of them. I forget which ones.
Yeah, but that's I wouldn't consider that rap beef. I feel like people just do that just to say like I feel like people who do that are the same people that be like that defend people with just like, but I got more money than you. But I got more money than you.
Yeah.
Like those are the same type of people. Like we're not talking about your success, your money, like
Everything but the main point.
Yeah, we're talking about the rap beef. We're talking about if y'all was both in Detroit, in the underground, rap battling 8 Mile, who came out on top? And it was Nas.
Yeah.
Nas won the rap beef. Like no one's talking about like, okay, Jay-Z became more successful. He whatever. Nah, but I mean, Nas won the rap beef. Jay may have won the long haul as far as like a better career. But as far as like the rap beef, just the beef, just the brawl.
Just the music.
Yeah, Nas won.
That's a point well made.
Nas won that rap beef.
Absolutely. There's no denying that part, which is, again, what I hate that people forget. That's the main aspect of it all.
Yeah, it's like people, even nowadays, like even new rap beefs, like people like forget that like what rap beef is. Like it's not about who sold more. It's not about like whose career is more global or who has more hits. It's not about that. It's about at that point in time, rapper to rapper that had the beef, who won the beef? Like, who won the rap battle? If they were both on a cypher, who came out on top? You know? Now, if you don't talk about, sales and hits, that's not rap. That's not rap beef. That's politics. That's pop. That's pop. That's not rap. That's not rap at its core. Like, that's not what, like, DJ Kool Herc meant. Like, that's not what our pioneers really even wanted anyway. So... that's just another conversation. But, like, as far as rap beef, like, we're going to say who won the rap beef. If the two niggas was in 8 Mile, spitting verses, who came out on top?
Right.
So, I mean, I mean, as much as I am a Jay-Z fan, everybody knows that. But Nas did win the beef for me.
As far as slowly the main point, just keeping it on tracks alone, then, he won the beef.
Ether, yeah.
Because, right, that is a point well made again. As far as strictly music, yes, Nas takes that one clearly.
Ether.
But there is the fact that people, and I think this is more the Brooklyn in him, which I think you could probably tap into better than I could.
Yeah.
I'd say a subtle pettiness, like an ever lingering, like it's never going to die kind of pettiness. Like, okay, I'll give you the win as far as the tracks are concerned, but as far as the outside picture's concerned.
Oh, yeah, that's straight Brooklyn. That's straight petty. Because people even say now, like, people even say now that every time Nas drops something, Jay-Z drops the same.
He's on his heels. And it is actually because there's the memes, everything too.
Or the next day.
Close enough,
like literally the next day or like 2 days after Nas dropped something, Jay dropped something.
What was the last one that happened now? Nas
dropped his new album, King's Disease.
And then Jay.
And the next day or the same day, Jay dropped a single with Pharrell.
Oh, yeah, the entrepreneur thing, which, I think that was just his pettiness getting the best of him to have to drop something.
Yeah.
Because that could have been like a throwaway, like.
Yeah, that definitely was a throwaway.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Definitely was a throwaway.
And was the Lion King soundtrack right before the Nas album, or?
I think so. Wasn't that more of a Beyonce type of thing?
Well, yeah, that was a Beyonce Disney album, whatever, for the Lion King movie, which I also want to bring up Beyonce because she plays a big part in Jay's life.
Yeah.
Of course, being the life partner, wife, mother to his children, his only children that we know of, at least.
Yeah.
I think only children he had, at least. That better get said that way. Beyonce plays a big part because up until he became his own billionaire, he was a co-billionaire. That's big time help from Beyonce. And then no shame in that. But I would always correct people as far as co-billionaire asterisk for Jay.
Yeah, because both of them together were billionaires.
Combined, yes.
I think she was worth 300 million. He was like 700 million. So combined together, they were both collective billionaires.
I thought it was the other way around, that she had more.
No, he's always had more.
He's always had more.
Yeah, he's always had way more than her.
Well, that's still impressive for her, at least.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, where's your 300 million?
Exactly.
Unfortunately. Where's my 300 million?
Unfortunately.
God, not yet.
Where's my 50 million?
Yeah.
Where is it? It's a travesty.
Aliens got it.
Took it.
Stuck in their vortex up there in the spaceship. We'll get to it soon. Once we start traveling to the moon, we'll get there soon.
Yes.
We'll get the bags. But, yeah, I think, well, better yet said, this is the question. I mean, if Beyonce isn't in Jay's life, is he as significant as he is now, or is he kind of handicapped by that without a strong woman at his side, as they like to portray it? And as it is, actually. Let's say they never hooked up. They never got together. Mm-hmm. He would have just kept his way. He would have been allegedly with this one, that one, whatever, as he did, which is perfectly normal. Single man, rich man, famous man, whatever, do whatever you got to do. But if she's not involved in his life, if she never becomes his wife, mother of children, and all that too, he just stays the way he is from when we known him. Does he become as iconic as he is now and legendary, or does she play a part in creating the image of Jay-Z now? The household name, the icon.
That's a good question. That's a good question. I mean, for me, I think that they were both pretty successful in their own right. So I think that them becoming like a power couple was just benefiting both of them. Do I think that he would stop being a household name if she wasn't his wife? Nah, I don't think so. I think he'd still be a household name. And I also think that maybe she would still be a household name as well. Probably. I mean, I feel like they're like the epitome of a real power couple. Cause there's couples out there, that they're not, they call them power couples, but they're power couples because they exist together.
Right.
But I feel like with them, they exist individually and they come together as a whole. Mm-hmm. So they're not like two halves of a whole. They're actually two separate wholes that make a double.
Right.
In a way, I feel like that's what makes their relationship is what it is.
They just happen to be a stronger team together.
They just happen to be a stronger team together. But I think that they will both be strong by themselves as well. Yeah, I mean, that's my opinion, but
that makes sense. I would tend to think that, I think Beyonce, no problem, would be like a superstar still, as she is right now. It still bothers me that outside of, let's say, our world, hip-hop, R&B and such, he's kind of subdued to Beyonce's husband kind of thing. He definitely has his props. He's definitely known now, definitely. But let's say compared to even like Snoop Dogg. Mm-hmm. Snoop is really established at this point. It's one name basis. Who we're referring to. I think he's probably more well known than Snoopy, the dog, the cartoon dog, if anything. Mm-hmm. Jay is kind of there per se, but not there quite yet. If you're just talking about Jay-Z, they might know him, but they not. If you ask like a Trump supporter, he might just like confuse him with Snoop Dogg anyway. Or close enough, so they won't know who you're talking about, regardless. But Beyonce easily takes that. So I think she definitely gave him a boost more than he might have gave her a boost. He might have gave her more credibility amongst our peers, let's say hip-hop and R&B per se. Because she was always big. I mean, R&B and such, but then she was kind of straying away to the pop realm because she became so famous with Destiny's Child, obviously. Yeah. They were never about being street until after Jay came involved. Yeah. Because remember, then they had that Like that whole sound going to even that one track with what T.I. and I forget who else was on that track too. I Need a Soldier or whatever.
Yeah.
That one song. So yeah, I think he really benefited from her being involved. But I think you're right though. Also, he would have been just fine on his own.
I think so. I mean, cause like Jay-Z has like Jay-Z, like I don't know, cause I you know I don't want to say like I don't want to say the wrong things, cause like you know, but like all right, so Beyonce, as far as an artist, right? You know, everybody knows her as like one of the like greatest performers of all time and things like that. But as far as like creating the music, like Beyonce has like a lot of writers and things like that.
That is true.
And I feel like Jay-Z actually, when they got together, I feel like Jay-Z actually elevated her as far as resources may go, as far as like songwriting and song creating, things like that. And I think that in the flip side, I think that what he benefited from her was the pop realm. Like
okay.
More of the pop realm. That's why I always say like I think that they both benefited each other, because she benefited a lot as far as like the production and creating and resources as far as like creating a song, you know. So like, you know, the past Beyonce albums, you know, you look at past Beyonce albums, then you look at Beyonce albums now.
True.
It's like totally different.
Yeah.
But as far as like Jay-Z, you look at Jay-Z before, where he was like strictly for the streets, Jay-Z. Then you look at Jay-Z post Beyonce. It's more of like, oh wow, he celebrated within the pop audience. So I don't know. I think it's pretty equal. I think that they both benefited a lot. That's why I feel like their relationship is so dope, because it's like wow, like these are two great people who like benefited from each other. Like they took from each other strengths and weaknesses that the other had that the other didn't have. But who knows? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I guess we would only find out if they were to break up, which I hope that doesn't happen.
I hope not.
I don't wish bad on anybody or any relationship. But yeah, like I guess we'll never know.
I hope. Nah, I think they're good. I
hope so.
There was allegations and stuff, but that comes up in every relationship when people hate, people are jealous.
Yeah, I mean,
because listen, it's Beyonce.
People makes mistakes, I guess.
Yeah, but that's definitely a good point.
Their dynamic is interesting.
What's that?
Their dynamic is interesting.
It is.
Their relationship is definitely interesting, because like you're right. Like some people say that like, oh, Beyonce made Jay-Z household name, and then some people say that nah, Jay-Z made Beyonce a household name. So I think that's like just the beauty of their dynamic. It's like wow, that's pretty dope. Like no one can really know who made who a household name, because they were both pretty much like top dogs. So yeah, it's pretty dope.
True. Together they cover the whole spectrum, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
One hand washes the other.
Yeah. It's kind of like that, but it's definitely dope. It's definitely not another power couple like that.
No, it'd be hard to pinpoint one. I mean, you could say Kim and Ye, but
in a different standpoint.
Yeah.
In a different that's like I think that's like totally different.
They're doing their own thing. You're right.
Yeah, they're like doing their own thing, and they're a newer couple than Jay and Beyonce. So
that too.
They probably still have a lot to go.
Oh, you're right. Actually, yeah, because
they're a newer couple than Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Way newer.
By a couple of years, maybe like 5 to 10 years.
I believe so, because I think Bonnie and Clyde 03 was 03, obviously. So that's like from then till now.
Kanye, I think 03 was still with that fiance that he had.
Alexis, yeah.
Yeah.
Which shout out to her.
Yeah.
I follow her.
And that was even before Amber Rose too.
Yep.
So yeah, it's definitely they're definitely a newer couple than Beyonce and Jay.
I think the biggest problem Kanye was having at that time was putting together that bed from IKEA when he was doing that on Last Call. I love that track because it's like 8 minutes long of him just talking before he became an asshole. Way too much Kanye now.
Yeah.
But telling his whole story, and like the Big Show was like, I bought the bed from IKEA and I had to put it together myself.
Yeah.
It's admirable, but like I think my 10-year-old could do that, Kanye.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
don't pat yourself on the back too hard.
That's a fact.
And mom was overlooking like, yeah, you put the wrong screw here, baby.
But that's my baby.
You did it though, even if it was wrong. But yeah, Beyonce definitely. I mean, listen, Beyonce is kind of timeless as far as, at least for me. I hope I can speak for a majority of us.
Beyonce's Beyonce.
Timeless.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad every time she drops
She's
an IG
amazing.
with
She's
those
amazing.
Ivy Park clothing lines, and when she models it herself.
She's awesome.
Ooh, boy.
Beyonce's awesome.
Shout out to her.
She's definitely a queen in her own right.
Yes,
She's dope.
definitely. I appreciate everything she does, everything she wears, everything she models, very much so.
Yeah.
But speaking of, I actually got to see Beyonce in my lifetime, I think 2 or 3 times. Definitely 2.
Nice.
Well, from far away. The first time was when she was still, I think, before Jay. Or maybe the very beginnings of when she went to TRL and she was still with Destiny's Child, the 3 of them.
Okay.
Michelle Kelly and Beyonce.
Got you.
When you used to go to TRL, you'd be across the street, they'd be on the other side, like by the service entrance, whatever, and they got out of limo and they had that time when they were all like color coordinating each other, same dress, same everything too.
Yeah.
That was the first time I saw her. She's like, whoa, in person. And then the second time, this is why I wore this shirt today, actually. My Polo Bear shirt, if you can get the visual of that.
Liddy.
Because this is at
Classic.
least like,
Classic.
this is at least like, it's over 10 years old.
That's a classic T-shirt.
I love the shirt. It's so comfortable.
Yeah.
This is when Polo was still a good brand, quality-wise.
Yeah.
Because these shirts will last forever, pretty much.
Well, it's gonna be good quality again next year. Yeezy.
Well, let's see. Let's see. And I wore this because this is from the time I went to go see a Nets game.
Nice.
One of the ones that Jay and Beyonce were actually there.
Okay.
Front, row, whatever, doing the thing. And I doubt they were paying attention to the game, really. It was like against, I think, Ohio. Who's the Ohio team? Cleveland? The Cavaliers.
Okay.
Right, it was against them. But I think before Bron. I don't even know remember. It was the game itself was forgettable. Like, we was in the skybox. A friend of a friend got us that thing, too, so we were eating most of the time, drinking, whatever. But then I spotted, before anybody else, and I'm proud of myself for this, too, I spotted Jay and Beyonce when they made their way to the seats towards the middle of the game.
Courtside
Courtside,
seats?
of course, no less for a king and a queen. Come on.
Nice.
And, the 0.0001% owner of the Nets, as he was, everybody tried to get on him for that, too.
Yeah.
I mean, where's your percentage of your favorite sports team that you own?
Exactly.
Where's that at?
Well, that's a good strategy to own 1% of a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because then you have no ties to these businesses. Like, I'll take 1%. Like, I own 1%. What's 1% of a multi-billion-dollar company? That's still millions of dollars every year.
Exactly.
So yeah.
There's still money you can pull out whenever need be.
Yeah. And he has a large stake in Uber, by the way.
Does he?
Yeah, Jayz.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Big ups to him. Yeah. Goddamn. But
Uber, Duracell.
oh, that's smart.
Yeah, Samsung. Yeah, he's all over the place.
Nice. Yeah. Well, good for Jay. He knows his business, of course. He knows his money. He's from Brooklyn. He has to.
Yeah, you already know.
Keep tabs of his funds.
You know that money.
But as I was saying, I wore this to remember the fact that I wore this shirt the night I saw them, because I don't know basketball at all. I gave up on the Knicks.
I don't really know sports like that in general.
I don't either, but I watched basketball up until I was like 10, so like 94, 95.
Okay.
I remember the Knicks lost really bad to Miami some game, some year, and I give up because I can't keep track of all these black guys all together, too. It's like, and my dad was so racist, too. It was like, why do you watch all these black guys watch it? Like, they all look the same. I can't tell one from the other. And like, Dad, that's racist, even though I'm 10.
Yeah,
I know this. It's like, etc. But
so yeah, even though it was 10, I knew this.
It's like I knew the vibes.
Yeah,
like
I knew
racist,
the vibes.
MAGA man. But I gave up on them. So once the game ended, I ran from the skybox down to the ground level as close as I could get before security started hating and just like stopped me at like the first level. And they made their way close enough where I could kind of scream. And this, I don't have the voice I should be screaming. I know this. So, but I did anyway. So I'm like, Jay, Jay, whatever, in this sound.
Jay!
Whatever I could do to get his attention. And then when he finally, I knew he heard me because it probably sounded like a moose dying, like halfway across the stadium or whatever. And he was probably taking a look to see what happened. And then he sees me, and then we lock eyes for like 2 seconds, pause. And then I didn't throw my shirt. I just threw up the diamond like that. Yeah. Just show love. Like as soon as he locked eyes with me, within that split second.
What did he do?
And then I guess he glanced at my shirt because then he looked at that shit and he's like, he pointed to the shirt. I was like, okay. And I stood frozen in time because I was like, he acknowledged me as I threw up the diamond. And then I think he saw I was like frozen in time still, so he just kind of like gave me that lingering like side eye, like, okay, weirdo, you can stop now. I gotta leave too, you know. Exactly, pretty much. It was a moment in time. I was suspended in time.
That's awesome.
But it, you know, shout outs to him. So I know he subtly, you know, with no exchange of verbiage, nothing. He shouted out my shirt, so I had to show love.
I've yet to meet Jay-Z.
I hear he's a nice guy.
I've yet to even see him. I've yet to even see him in person. So, yeah.
I hear he's a nice guy.
Meet him.
Yeah. Oh, it's over.
So, hey, Brenden, come here. Let me introduce you.
Brenden was good, Brenden.
Hey, yo, B, let me introduce you to Jay. You know Jay, right? Yeah, you told me you like Jay, right? Hey, what's going on, B? I heard your new single. I heard you making moves out there. And you from Brooklyn too. Finally representing. I'm tired of being the face of Brooklyn. We need a new one.
Yeah, is it all right if I make you vice president, VP of Brooklyn? I gotta take a seat real quick. I gotta babysit Blue Ivy over here, even though she's like 13 now. Still, she's in the teens. They gonna take advantage of me knowing I'm a pops. Lookouts. I wonder though what he's like as a dad. Is he changing diapers?
I don't know.
I think they're past diapers though, the kids at this point.
Yeah.
I would hope at least.
Did any of them change diapers?
I doubt it, but let's see. Oh shit, video. That's fine.
Technical difficulties.
That's fine. That happens. Beyonce changing diapers would be crazy to me because she's either singing along while doing it, or putting the stems together in her brain for another track.
I think they just got like a Mexican maid Gloria that does all that. Like they have no time. I think Gloria does it. Hey, yo, Gloria. Blue needs her cheeks changed. Ay, mija. Ven aquí, Blue. Ven aquí, azul, mi baby.
Yeah, she made a boom boom. Come get that real quick, please. Just make sure you don't stain the Louis bag for the diapers.
I gotta go.
Make sure the diapers is good. Just like my levels. But now let's touch on the nitty-gritty, like discography-wise. I know you know the albums. I know you know the catalog, as a Brooklynite should, as a Jay-Z fan should. You've probably been asked this. I don't know if you have or you haven't. Which of them all stands out to you as your favorite album?
Reasonable Doubt.
Reasonable Doubt.
And the Black Album.
Okay. I'm surprised by that, but not by Reasonable Doubt, but by the Black Album. Even though I really like Black Album. Why do you go with those two?
Well, Blueprint, of course, for sure, no doubt. That's just like default. I feel like for Reasonable Doubt, it was just an energy with Reasonable Doubt. And also the lyrics and the bars in Reasonable Doubt. It's definitely one of his best rapping, if not his best rapping. It was Reasonable Doubt. Concepts were amazing. Talking about like the evils, the feeling it. Talking about Can I Live? You're talking about Dead Presidents. Like it was just incredible. The Black Album I loved because the production was incredible as well. It was a lot of Kanye production, as well as Blueprint as well. Mm-hmm. When you look at like the Black Album, you look at 99 Problems, you look at Lucifer. You look at like, you look at all these songs, and it's like the Black Album was like the epitome of like an album that you can play everywhere you go. Like we were just talking about this with like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Like the Black Album is something that you can play in the club. You can play top down. It had a concept. Like the concept of the album was fluid. It was a masterpiece. The Blueprint was a masterpiece as well. I mean, from front to back, it was like those three albums I've always found myself going back to. I kind of alternate which one I go back to, but I'd say like those three: the Reasonable Doubt, Black Album, and
Blueprint.
Blueprint. Yeah, a lot of people like American Gangster, was amazing too.
I liked it.
It was awesome too, but yeah, Reasonable Doubt. I really go back to be honest. If I'm really honest, the one I really go back to the most is Reasonable Doubt.
Okay, that's funny because that's his debut. That's his Illmatic, I guess you could say, per se. And a lot of people's favorite, but yeah, you were, I think 2 or 3 probably when that came out.
Yeah.
Give or take.
Yeah, it was like 2.
No shame, but you had to go back to it and still you can appreciate it, which is great.
Yeah.
The funny thing about the Black Album for me is, at least, I only put that beneath the Blueprint for me, Blueprint 1, because Black Album has Justify My Thug, which is a absolute skipper, and to the point where I wanted to break the album, the physical copy, because of that track, where it's like, what the fuck is this? Where did this come from?
It's a travesty.
Aliens did this track. But there was a Macca track or something. Yeah. Someone sabotaging Jay. Because I don't know why, of all things, who would sample that track. Yeah. I would get the drums, because she sampled that from I forget who. I think Public Enemy. Yeah. Madonna, I mean. But then he resampled the sample and made it sound worse. Well, Justify My Love isn't bad production-wise, but it's a song I don't want to go to, period. I won't admit to either way.
I get you.
Even though Madonna had some slappers.
I get you.
Definitely, early Madonna too. But Justify My Thug makes no sense to me because it's unnecessary. It kind of just throws everything off because it just flows from Allure. I love Threats on that one too because it's just, I don't think it's Dave Chappelle, but whoever it is that's doing that voice on Threat. I'm so serious with mine. I'm so serious, whatever. I forget who. And then my first song after that too. It's just that one little bump in the road that just throws it off from being a classic for me.
Yeah.
Or I'd love it more, but just you should have got rid of that one.
Yeah, I mean, that's why the Blueprint is definitely, I would say, probably a better album. To be honest, I would say out of those two, Blueprint is the better album.
I don't skip anything on Blueprint.
Yeah,
and that's even though it's kind of like I'd say maybe like the cleanest sounding album of his as far as production and kind of like overall sound goes. It's not so street. It's barely street, if anything.
The Blueprint is definitely the most fluid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the most concise.
I agree. It does go over the Black Album.
Yeah. But then Reasonable Doubt is, of course, too. Like, the flow is like,
Yeah, Reasonable Doubt.
His flow alone just on that album.
Yeah, that Reasonable Doubt was impeccable.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it was amazing. Like, I always smile when I get, like, verses from Jay-Z that has that kind of like, like feel to it, like that Reasonable Doubt, So we don't get that much anymore. It's just a time thing. But yeah, Reasonable Doubt is definitely awesome.
So the thing that concerns me now is I'm still a fan of Jay. I haven't really heard me speak it. I haven't heard anything lately in these last couple of years that really stood out. I think besides.
Did you hear 444?
I like 444. It was cool. I didn't love it. It was cool though. But let's say something like I liked what he did actually with Meek Mill on that Meek Mill album, Championship or something.
Oh yeah, Was Free.
Was Free. Yeah, there we go. That one was good.
Yeah. That was like, oh.
It's like, where's this Jay been?
I was like, yes. Yeah.
Kinda, yeah, alluding to the old Jay of sorts. But also, I think at this point now, since he's officially a billionaire, why not get, or why not have him, if he wants to, admit to it, do like billionaire bravado, like arrogant billionaire rap. Kind of like, my yacht's bigger than all your mansions put together.
He does.
Well, he's not really fully invested into it though.
Oh, you want him to go full Jeff Bezos with it?
Yeah, kind of like I can slap you with a stack
Yeah.
and it all claps back. Is that fat? Something like that. Oh, bars. But
Slap you with a stack. It all claps back because it's that fat. Yeah.
but
Kanye, you did this one, boy.
But I would hope, or I would think he would allude to that at least, because it's still braggadocio in nature. It's still like kind of old Jay, how he would just come with the wordplay, like the subtle bars, the double entendres and all that too.
I think he did that on Pound Cake.
He did kind of.
He did that on Pound Cake.
Yeah.
He's what made me like the song. The rest of the song.
Okay. That boy.
But yeah, he did that on Pound Cake. He brags. He bragged on his political resources on "Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe" remix, which I think that song was incredible. That he killed that one.
He did.
He killed that one.
Surprisingly,
now, Kendrick held his own as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, Kendrick is a whole nother
No,
beast.
Kendrick is Kendrick.
Yeah.
That's like the greatest rapper of our generation, of like the new
I'd say
generation.
so. I'd say so.
But yeah, like I mean, Jay-Z, he doesn't do it much. I guess he should do it more. I get the feeling though that from listening to 444, and then hearing a lot of his like features and verses now, he's getting way more conscious. Like the old Jay.
Oh yeah.
The reason why I like Reasonable Doubt is because it was his most conscious. It was the most conscious Jay that we've ever got. Then 444 comes around. It was another conscious type of Jay, which was amazing. That's why I love 444. 444 was great.
Yeah.
And then now, if you get lucky enough to hear of a Jay verse now, it's on his conscious. It's on his like. You know, I'm gonna talk about something different. You know, that's the What's Free. It was like he killed that. Even Drug Dealers Anonymous. You know, that was pretty conscious. You know, in its own right. So yeah, pretty dope.
I'm still thinking there's an avenue for opening that lane, like billionaire bragging rap.
The billionaire bragging rap.
Yeah.
That would be dope.
I mean, he could just like tease these other guys with like, yeah, I got the down payment on your house in the stack right here. What you gonna do for it?
I said my yacht is fatter than Kim K's ass. Don't tell Ye I said that. Don't tell him to call the ops. Please give him my props.
There we go. I mean, my yacht's deck is wide enough to house Kim K. She comes through, sits down too long. Legs go numb, like on the toilet, I'm sure.
Yeah.
With an ass that big, I'm sure she definitely goes numb. Like
on the
2-3 minutes on the toilet, she's definitely numb. I bet you can't even like her ass is so big.
Can't even see the toilet.
Can't even see the toilet. It's disappeared. It's like fucking David Blaine took the toilet from underneath her. Easily.
You just see the bottom, the bottom. The bowl is just disappeared. And then you open the door and it's like, oh wow, you got good core strength. You're just holding that fucking position so long. It's like, no, there's a toilet underneath, doofus. There's a toilet underneath here. Shut up. There's a toilet underneath here.
I'm blowing it up.
Stop.
Can't you smell it?
Stop. Close the door. Close the door, Chloe.
And then what's the big one's name? Chloe, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere in the back. Fuck. She always does a fucking potty mouth ass.
Stop cursing, Chloe.
Fuck.
Oh, God. Oh, man.
But yeah, I think, disappearing toilets aside, I think Jay embodies the epitome of the soul, the living spirit of Brooklyn itself. Yeah. Make him the face of the president of the borough, unofficially, officially, soon enough, why not? Turn 51. He deserves it at this point. Applause.
Street.
Applause. A street. Now, what do we name the street to close things off properly?
Sean Carter.
Sean Carter Way.
Sean Carter Ave.
That's a good one.
Sean Carter Avenue.
But this is me. I'd like for him to go with, this is a suggestion, he can take it or not, I'd like to see S dot something. The S and then space DOT road or something, avenue, boulevard.
Well, there's not much boulevards in Brooklyn.
Okay, well.
That's why I was like only avenue.
Okay, yeah, that would
From
make sense.
Bed-Stuy, so you'd have to make a street near there, like near Marcus Garvey. Like
Avenue.
Carter Avenue, or S Carter Avenue, S Carter Street, or something like that.
What about Jigga Man Ave?
Jigga Man Ave. Hove Boulevard. Hove Way.
Hove Ave.
What's my motherfucking name road?
That'd be epic. Yeah, but, at this point, yeah, at least give him a street. That's a good start.
Yeah.
Get him back here. He makes a speech. Yeah, I'm christening this tree in my name. Look at it. When you look up at the sign, what you gonna see? Me, motherfucker. Throw that rock up, bitch.
Oh, man.
And if it ain't the street sign, you gonna see me in a helipad.
You already know.
Over your head.
Over your head.
Motherfucker.
You already.
But yeah, he's definitely at that level now.
Yeah.
But is it easy for you to say now, to cap things off, Jay is the overall package? Maybe not the best lyricist, MC, whatever, et cetera, et cetera.
He's the epitome. If he's the epitome of like a rapper, like the highest success of a rapper, like the highest level of success, notoriety, longevity, GOAT status, classic. Like, he's the epitome of that as a rapper.
I'd say so.
I
Safe
think
to say.
That's it, yeah.
He's the rapper's rapper.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. Biggie for me will always be the greatest of all time. I think that Jay-Z is either Jay is just as great as Biggie. I always put them both as both the greatest of all time. I think they exist together as the greatest of all time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I think if Big had still been alive, right, he would have been definitely top tier God level rap.
Probably.
But then I think he would have definitely crossed over into popularity wise, but still been him.
Yeah. He would have done it. He would have done it greatly, kind of like how Jay-Z did it. I think the reason why I think a lot of people were like, oh, but it's been so long, Biggie's dead. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, you can't be a hip hop head again and not appreciate Ready to Die, the greatness of Ready to Die.
That too.
Like, the reason why I put Biggie as the greatest of all time is that, in my opinion, no J album was ever as great as Ready to Die.
No. Oh, no. Not even Reasonable Doubt, which is great.
Yeah, not even Reasonable Doubt. Which was almost as great as Ready to Die, but just Ready to Die was just, man, it's like the only album that can compete with Ready to Die is Illmatic.
Yeah, they go hand in hand.
They came out the same year.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm so proud of my year. Like that is the only album that can be in that same sentence. That and probably Stankonia. Probably Stankonia or something like that. The Outkast album.
Yeah.
But yeah, not like Ready to Die and Illmatic is like.
That's it.
Yeah, but yeah, Jay-Z is the epitome of what every rapper strives for.
Yeah, they're studying his MO. Every movie does, every movie makes.
Yeah, and there's rappers that had like aspects of Jay's success and in their lifetime, in this lifetime even. Like there's rappers that like emulate part of Jay's success, but no one has ever reached his level at all.
No.
At all. No one's ever reached this level.
No one's touching that man. Pause. And they shouldn't. They don't try to either.
Pause.
That's some weirdo shit if you try to touch the man. Pause. He's got a whole badass wife for him to touch.
It's a travesty.
It's aliens involvement. Everybody's getting ready to get probed.
Oh.
Yeah. If Trump would have stayed in office, or if he doesn't,
We'd all would have got
win-
probed.
Yeah, at some point. Aliens would have said, "Fuck this. We're getting involved."
Yeah, he would have
It's
said
enough
that.
Jersey Shore like style you're living right
Yeah,
now.
but like, yeah, we're ending these guys. Yeah,
But yeah, that is something spectacular. That's the podcast right now.
something
Listen.
spectacular.
We talked so much about Jay. It's not even funny. What is funny is that Jay hasn't reached out to myself, to Brenden just yet. Not yet. Brenden has yet to meet the man in person. See him even up close, at least a block away, wherever. We're up here thinking the names to Avs, roads. He's going to come back in Christian.
Jay, all I want is a tweet. Just, even if you don't even want to give me a verse, which I want a verse.
Oh, come on, yeah.
I need a verse. I want to be a verse on your joint.
Mm-hmm.
But even if, just
A DM at least.
I pass the mantle on at Realest Brenden.
Yeah. I officially pass it along to Brenden. He's the realest of them. 2 E's. His mama did him justice.
He's the realest.
Sent him up for excellence.
He's definitely the illest.
Or at least a tweet like cheer.
Cheer at Realest Brenden. Amazing.
That'd be awesome. Waiting for you, Jay. Stop playing. You know you're watching and listening, and listening and watching.
Before you officially retire, I need a verse from you. Or
And-
you get a verse from me. It doesn't matter. It's just
Either way, trade off, man.
either way. Either way.
And ad lib from Pacino. Don't forget. Oh, imagine you get the same track, a Jay verse, and Al Pacino ad libbing or intro in the track, whatever.
That would be. Al Pacino's from
The Bronx.
the Bronx, New York.
It's okay.
Same thing. Fire.
Oh my God, imagine that. We got the Jigga Man. We got Brenden. What are you gonna do?
That'd be awesome.
Cheer. Hey, Al.
Chris Rock does the outro. He's from Brooklyn.
Oh, wait, there's a good point. Ooh.
Yes.
Now, are you gonna shame Al Pacino for being a
Hell
Bronx
no.
boy?
Hell no. That's Al Pacino.
I'm from the Bronx. What do you want me to do? I'm sorry.
What do you do?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Nah, no shame. Al Pacino's Al Pacino.
Definitely. But I can't stress enough, at least for the sake of Brooklyn. We gotta preserve Brooklyn. Keep it safe. Keep it Brooklyn in its own entity, in its nature.
That's right.
We gotta do that by supporting Brenden. We gotta support the new single, DEADASS. In parentheses, like Tony, of course, to emphasize the point being made.
DEADASS by Brenden. All streaming platforms. All of them. Go stream
Everywhere.
it, please. Go stream it. I have more music coming out.
Everywhere.
Let me know what you think.
Teach your mother, teach your grandmother, teach everybody you know in your
Save
family
it,
to stream.
download, stream it,
Everything.
everything.
Please.
Go.
Stop
Do it.
playing.
Go. Stream my single right now.
Stop playing, but don't stop playing that track.
Do it right now.
DEADASS.
Right now.
All the DSPs.
Right now.
It's everywhere.
Right now.
Everywhere you can think of.
Right now.
Name one, he's got it.
Do it.
Right there.
Do it.
Ready for you.
Press it.
DEADASS.
Play.
Please. Go ahead and do that. Everything he's got everywhere available to all his projects, Rugged Raw Summer, Night. I like that one.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I love that one. That was hard. I wish you would have done like a zombie video for it, something like that.
I wanted to.
That would have been great.
It never fell through, but I wanted to.
I mean, we could still revisit anything too,
Yeah.
later on.
To be honest, I could still do a video for it.
We could still,
I could still do a video for it,
Yeah.
to be honest.
exactly. Spooky times. We're living in scary times anyway, right?
That's right. Spooky times.
Exactly.
Spooky times.
No demon time. Spooky time. Exactly. But Brenden, run up everything he's got. Please let him know where they can find you too, besides the DSPs and all that for your singles and musics.
You can
and all
find me
that.
on Instagram at Realest Brenden, REALESTBRENDEN, Realest Brenden on Instagram. You could also visit my website at Brenden Official. Again, it's BRENDEN official.com. I got merch there. I got info, music, videos, all that. YouTube, Brenden Official. And yeah, run it up, please. My new single's out now. Please run it up, stream it. Support a Brooklyn cat with actual bars.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this.
Exactly. And of course, please don't forget to support the podcast as well. Something spectacular on all DSPs as well on the podcast.
Tell them.
Wherever you get your podcast from, audio format.
Spotify.
Stitcher, Apple.
Let's get it.
You know, if your mother had a hub and had a network for podcast, I'd be there too. But
Yep.
she doesn't for now. She's playing too many games.
Yep.
She's probably not from Brooklyn. She's not a real one.
Yeah.
So that's too bad.
Probably
but either
from
way.
Utah or something.
Exactly. Yeah, too. Being a Mormon out there with like being one of 8 wives for some bum-ass husband. And all he has is a pickup truck to his name to brag about. And it's used. It's bought off the black market too.
OD.
Yeah. But yeah, anywhere you get your DSPs from, anywhere you get your podcast from, all DSPs available. Please also support the YouTube version, the video you're watching right now at, /Who This Is One on YouTube. And everywhere you got to do.
Tell them how to spell it.
WHODISSIS 1, number 1 at the end. Because eventually I'll win a game. Even if it's not the game of life, I'll win a game as far as video games are concerned. And I'll be able to say who this is one. That's it.
Let's get it.
Who this? Brenden, thank you so much again as always. Well deserved. I appreciate the time as always.
Let's get it.
Always doing it for at least Brooklyn heavy this episode. Show love and appreciation to Brooklyn.
Doing it for New York.
Since they don't do Brooklyn Queens Day anymore.
Yeah,
Remember
and now
in
it's
What is it? Oh God, they changed it? What is it now?
Chancellors. Let me see.
Chancellors.
Hold on, let me see.
Chambermaids Day.
Brooklyn Queens Day. Name.
This is very disappointing.
OD. Name change. Let me see. I think it's the Chancellor's Day, Chancellor's Office Day, or something like that.
Who are these fucking chancellors?
I think or Superintendent's Day.
Superintendents.
Oh yeah, Chancellor's Conference Day. Yeah.
They need a day to conference? They're not even in the schools like that.
Exactly. I think they did it because all schools in New York are closed that day. It's not just Brooklyn and Queens schools.
Oh, they had to
guess.
copy us then.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, you know.
Copycat vibes.
Yeah, you know. You know how it goes.
But just like Jay, he has a lot of copycats.
Oh, yeah, a lot of them. A whole lot.
Whole lot.
Yo, it's over. All right, it's over. It's over. Move the mic. Move the mic.
Thank you.
All right.